All right. What's up, everybody? We're live for the unboxing today for Friday. I'm just gonna pin this message real quick, and then we're gonna get started. We got a bunch of stuff to open. Let's see, how many do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 packages. It's crazy. So yeah, we'll let some people trickle in and then get started with the opening. Should be fun, I hope. Just waiting. Greetings from New Jersey, mate. Oh yeah, New Jersey, baby. My high school life, New Jersey. I miss Jersey sometimes. It's a good place. What's up, Nikki? What's up, Gash? Welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, we got some boxes to open today, and I'll let this trickle in a bit. Have been watching me from Brazil. Very cool. I've always wanted to go to Brazil. Very awesome. All right. Alex is here. She's here and she's here, if you know what I mean. Nick, California, checking in. What's up? We got Corey here. Corey, I think you have a box in here that you sent me that I still don't know what it is, and I'm very excited. John is here from Houston. Houston, where's Goose? Goose, who is my store manager, he is from Houston also. Been bumping LCD sound system, The Long Goodbye. I actually picked that up on the last restock a few years ago, and I haven't spun it yet, but I really want to. Nikki says, I have a billboard now. Yes! That was so loud, I just peaked. Too Many Records has a billboard over in North Portland, and it's extremely exciting to see the TMR logo on a billboard on a busy street. It's almost like it's unrealistic to me at this point because it's only been a day, but it's there and it's awesome. And it basically, if you guys haven't seen my Instagram, go and check out. There's an arrow just points down into our parking lot and says Vinyl Records here, which is very cool. So excited to see. Hopefully it's worth paying for when people will discover the store who don't know we're there. We still get people every day coming to the shop and being like, oh, are you new? And I'm like, well, kind of. It's been a year. But yeah, so let's get started with the unboxing. Shout out to the TMR box cutter. Man, the mileage on this thing is just out of control. I think I know what this first one is, which is going to be interesting for those that are a fan of the TMR record label. Sure is. Fort Vine, Land of the Gemstones test pressing. So this was the most recently funded release on the Too Many Records label. The test pressings have just come in, so I'm going to get to listen to that soon. Give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, hopefully a thumbs up, and then these are going to go into production, which is great. This would be a great time to tell you guys that the latest TMR release, What Now by Goose Don't Be Frightened, is up for pre-order right now. We still need 89 orders. So if you click the link that I have pinned, you can listen to it and ideally order it. We need 89 more for it to get made. We have 111. So hopefully you guys can help spread the word. You know, we're a little over halfway there, but there's still a long haul because all the diehards have already got their orders in. So I'm hoping that we can get some more going, because it would be really sad if we couldn't get this record pre-ordered. It's a beautiful, beautiful indie album. Guy-girl harmonies, just absolutely gorgeous. So, this is a very small stream today, guys. Very intimate. I see it says 26. We're usually at double or triple that. So, maybe it's because I didn't really advertise this one. I don't know. Maybe it's over here in Oregon. It's one of the first nice days in a while. So, it's pretty nice out, and I feel like people might be out and about. So the record is a double LP. You can click the link. It's a beautiful double LP with amazing splatter. Each disc is different. And I think it's 37 or 38 before shipping. But but it's gonna be something I haven't mentioned about the new TMR release is it's actually it was mastered all analog. So the guy who's cutting it, Adam Gonzalez, it's all analog, which is amazing, and possibly the first one on the label to be. So don't sue me for $25 million if it's not exactly that, but the mastering engineer is fantastic. How do I open this? This is like a puzzle. A newbie getting into vinyl. What's up, Todd? Welcome to the vinyl hobby. You've come to the right place, except you've come to a guy who cannot figure out how to open a mailer. Oh, what's up, Leland? How's it going, dude? Oh man, we are really slow on this stream today. I'm moving a little slower than usual because I'm starving, but I have no idea how to open this. I am struggling right now. This is crazy. This is like the craziest mailer I've ever seen. I feel like I'm just ripping pieces off of it. What's up, Hannah? Hannah, when are you coming to town? Didn't you say you were visiting Portland at some point to check the shop out, or in part to check the shop out? What is happening? I'm just ripping things off of this, and oh my god, what is happening? Okay, we're just gonna keep deconstructing this mailer until we get to the core of it. Whatever's in here better be the greatest record of all time, because I'm gonna be losing people by the minute trying to get this open. You know what? We're gonna save this one. We're gonna do a couple more, and we're gonna go back to it because I can't just spend the whole stream trying to open that one mailer. Never do an unboxing without energy bars by your side. It's true. I should have. This one was way easier to open. So this was a cool, unexpected repress. This is a band called Bay Faction. Bay Faction is kind of like their first album, their self-title was a little more kind of like emo, alt-rock. And this album is a little bit of a departure from that sound. It ventures more into like the indie realm. But Florida Guilt, this record was impossible to find before the repress, and they just announced a repress a couple months ago. So if you like kind of emo indie stuff, definitely check out Bay Faction. They're awesome. And I never expected this to get a repress, so very cool. I believe it is on... Oh, this looks cool. Yeah. Red splatter, clear. Always a nice safe variant. I see a bunch of questions. I'll try to answer them as we go, but I'm also trying to get through a ton of records. When is the NASDisc drop? Good question. So if you guys saw my last video about NASDisc, which is a vinyl marketplace you should absolutely be checking out because Discogs needs competition to get better, I'm doing a flash drop there, which is going to be this coming Thursday, which is the 18th, at 6 p.m. Everything goes live, and you'll be able to see what records I put up for the flash drop. I've got some great stuff saved for it, so if you like pop, indie, emo, definitely come check out the flash drop on NASDisc. More details in my video I just put out. But I just saw a very generous super chat from John Miller asking for a 30-second national review. That is very kind of you. Thank you so much. Let me take a sip and then I'll go. 30-second national review. All right, I'm going to actually set a timer. Fantano's video pissed me off. Like, I get it's a funny meme, but to give it a 2 and do what he did before that is insane to me. All right, 30 seconds on the clock. 30 seconds on the clock. So the new national record for me, it took me a few listens to love it, but I'm at the point now where I absolutely do love it. I think the collaborations are something that I really enjoy, especially the Sufjan collaboration. Once Upon a Poolside, the opening track, is probably one of my favorite national tracks of all time. The Phoebe ones, they've grown on me. I think they underutilized her. And the Taylor collab, it does sound like it could have been on a Taylor record, but that's only because Aaron's been working with Taylor, so they've kind of meshed sounds. Overall, it's a mellow record, and I really, really enjoy it a lot. All right. I had more to say, but we'll leave it at that. That was fun. We should do more 30-second reviews. $10 gets you a 30-second review as a super chat, but I have to know the album enough to review it. Oh, sick. Okay, this is cool. So I ordered one record from this dude, and he actually sent me two. So I'm excited to see what this other one is. But this is an album called by The Fae. Look at this art; it's so cool. It's called something Books Without Maps. Books Without Maps, I think it's called. And basically, this record is described as folk metal and like heavy metal. So it's like a nice collaboration. The first track has like a nice driving heavy metal sound, and the second track is like a folkier sound, almost like Agalloch, but even folkier. And then it goes back into like that hard rock heavy metal sound. I thought it was excellent on listening to it, and this is the limited edition Party Monster that they did. Whoa! In person, this is even more beautiful than I thought. Oh my god. I don't know if you'll be able to see how gorgeous this is. It has silver speckles in it. This might be one of the coolest looking variants I've ever seen. So the other side, I don't think you can tell, but look at that. This is absolutely stunning. Wax Mage can do no wrong. This is maybe the prettiest record I've ever seen. Guys, the rest of this stream is me just looking at this record, and you're going to have to just sit with me as I do it. Wow. I only heard the first 3 tracks, and I loved it, so I'm excited to hear more. I believe this is their first record. I didn't see anything else on Discogs by this band, but if you like metal, heavy, like classic metal and folk metal, check out The Fae. And then he sent me this as well. Parallels, Gortys Khan. I don't know what this is at all, but it looks like another mage for free? What a nice guy. Holy crap. This is another really cool variant. It's like this is some sort of mage, for sure. I don't know this band, though. Do you guys know Parallels? What kind of music is this, if anyone knows? But I didn't order this. He just sent this to me as an add-in. That's so kind. Man, sometimes people on the internet can be really cool. You know, oftentimes people can be terrible, but those moments that are cool, like, oh, they warm my heart. Super awesome. If anyone knows Parallels, tell me what they are, because I don't know. And feel free to use Google. All right. All right. Let's see what's in here. That means a lot coming from me. What means a lot coming from me? Ooh, this is a tight... It's a tight squeeze over here. Ooh, the record in here. I'm having some trouble with these mailers today. Oh, I got it. Okay. Oh, sick! Alex, you ready for this? This is the new album by Enforcer! Enforcer is an awesome throwback to the Nawabum era heavy metal, and so I listened to the first track that they released from this, and I was underwhelmed. It wasn't bad, it just wasn't that great compared to the ones they released like in the past decade. But I got it because the variant mock-up was one of the coolest variants I've ever seen. Let's see if this even comes remotely close. I'm going to try to keep the... I just opened the shrink on the side, but I'm going to try to keep the shrink on this one because I like the hype sticker. It says limited to 800, which is cool. Let's see if this even comes remotely close, because we all know that variants look nice, and then sometimes they just become mush. Just garbage. What's up, vinyl guy? Okay, let's see. It was supposed to be like an insane rainbow splatter from what I recall. Let's see. It's okay. I don't know if it's as majestic as the mock-up. It's cool, but it's a little less kind of... it's a little too... I don't love splatters that are so confined like that. They're a little, I think the mock-up was a little more spread out and colorful, but still cool. Hoping the whole album is better than the single. Yeah, excited to give it a listen. If you guys don't know Enforcer, check out some of their albums before this, because they're killer. I would love to see them live. And thanks to Alex, my girlfriend, Donut Sunset, for turning me on to them. She's my metal sensei, and she teaches me about all this cool metal that I don't know about. So here's another shout out to this is a shout out to my boy Genova7, who I've talked about in the. He actually might have a record in this that I bought from him of him, but. So this is a record that he recommended me. It was on sale from the label, which is New West. Is that what it's called? What is the label that put this out? I forget the name of this label, but this is Boulevard's Electric Cowboy, Born in Carolina Mud. You would think this is more of like a southern rock kind of thing based off of this, but it's super funky. Yeah, it's a very funky, soulful album, and it was on sale, and also it was a signed copy. It's signed behind the hype sticker. So if you guys are looking for something kind of funky and really good, check out this album. Take a screenshot, because really, really good. Peter says it means a lot saying it's one of the prettiest records I've seen. It's true. I've seen quite a few gorgeous records in my day, and that Faye record, that might take the cake. That might take the cake. Wizard of Loneliness! Check out a little unboxing. My dude! I don't know if your new record's in here, Persona, but I hope it is. I haven't looked at who sent any of these, but I know I just ordered 2 copies of your new record, obviously. If you guys don't know Wizard of Loneliness, man, if you like any kind of mashup between video game music and vaporwave and electronica and down-tempo and beat tapes, like Wizard of Loneliness takes all of those elements and meshes it into consistently good records. Like, truly go back and listen to like the whole catalog and go track down whatever you can on vinyl, because nobody beats the Wiz. Nobody beats the Wiz. So this is a record that I'm actually pretty stoked to have found. This is The Sound of Ipanema by Paul Winter and Carlos Lira. So this was recorded in Brazil. This is an Americanized bossa nova record, but I really believe that the songs on this record capture a lot of the elements of like the João Gilberto output from like the early 70s. It has a very similar vibe to it. And this is not an easy record to track down. It wasn't that expensive, but it just doesn't pop up very often. A lot of like nice classic tracks, like Brazilian tracks on here. But yeah, I was really excited to have this pop up. This has been on my want list for a minute, and it was never popping up, and someone had it for sale, and I think it was like $20, like really inexpensive. So not a rare record money-wise, but definitely if you like bossa nova, this is one that you should check out for sure. Super good. All right, we got a big boy here. We got a big boy. Greetings from Holland. What's up, Holland? Oh, this is cool. Am I allowed to talk about this? I don't know. This might be another one of those embargo records. Man, I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes I'm in these video game groups and you get certain records in and you're not allowed to talk about them until a certain time has passed. So I think that was one of them. So I apologize. All right, let's see what's here. Y'all making me blush. Well, you deserve to blush. Nobody beats the Wiz. Nobody beats the Wiz. Whoa, Arjan, thank you so much for the super chat. That's so nice. Did you have a question for me or anything to add to that? The super chat usually affords a more complex answer of something from yours truly. Oh, and speaking of, as mentioned, this is... Any thoughts about DIVV? DIVV. Do you mean DIIV? Like the dive, the kind of shoegazy dream pop band. Oh, Dive, cool. Yeah, my thoughts about Dive is that I was really into Ocean when it came out. That was like around the time. I remember like I have such a fond memory of the 2000 like 13, 14 era because I had just started collecting records and I was really into like the captured tracks bands. Like I was listening to a lot of Dive, Mac DeMarco, Wild Nothing. Like that was like my entire like personality for a little while. And I thought Ocean was a really, really great record. And then they put out, what is this R or something, whatever that weird second album was. And it was good, but I was upset it was a little less catchy than Ocean. And then their follow-up to that, I liked more than this R or whatever. But, what is it called? Deceiver? Am I making that up? I thought that was great as well. But nothing really captures the magic that Ocean did, especially because like it hit me at like the exact right time in my life where like those songs were just so, I don't know, it transports me back to that exact moment when I started collecting records. So yeah, Dive is awesome. We got another super chat, T480. Thank you so much. Is there any genre of music I don't like but I became an expert on since opening my store? That's a really good question. So I have learned a lot about jazz since opening my store, and it's because I was kind of trial by fire thrown into it because you get a lot of jazz heads coming in, and they're very particular, and they know exactly what they want, and, you know, you have to undergrade all jazz because they're so particular about it. And I don't really love jazz. The only jazz I like is Brazilian jazz and funky jazz. Like, I really like, you know, like, Freddie Hubbard, Red Clay, and I like, Donald Byrd, Ethiopian Nights, and then I love all the Brazilian stuff like Gilberto Jobim and all that stuff. But like traditional jazz, I'm still struggling to get into. But now I know the players to look for. I'm a lot more familiar with like when I'm looking at a jazz record, being like, oh, this is going to be something people want, or it's going to be rare based on who's playing on it. So that's something I wouldn't call myself an expert on, but to go from absolutely no knowledge outside of like, oh, kind of blues, sketches of Spain, to go to like be able to like kind of talk the talk a little bit is actually really fun. So that's probably my answer to that question. Genova 7, the homie. Awesome. If you don't know this label, Cold Busted, if you like lo-fi hip-hop and like beat tapes, you gotta check out that label. Pretty much everything they've put out has been excellent. Another artist I'd recommend alongside Genova 7 is Saib, S-A-I-B. Really good guitar-focused hip-hop beats. But Genova 7, if you like kind of that dusty, jazzy, beat tape stuff, this is a really, really good, I just call it dusted jazz, which is so funny, but that's a great way to describe it. Really, really good beat tape, definitely worth seeking out. And I asked him about this, but I don't know, he never really fully answered me, but Genova 7, it has to be a Final Fantasy 7 reference, right? Because Genova is one of the main antagonists, and 7, I mean, it has to be, right? But, and this is my favorite game of all time, so. I see, do I collect video game soundtracks? I sure do, Vinyl Guy 54. I have 100 plus. I did a bunch of videos in the past about my game soundtracks. Maybe I should do another one, an update. Some of my rarest and coolest game soundtracks. Because I used to do videos like that. They never did that well. I even had my friend Kate in a couple of those videos. And, she's very, very personable. People love Kate. And the videos still didn't do well. So, you never know what works on YouTube. I feel like I can't master it. I'm trying hard. Am I familiar with Space Lab 9? Yeah, I have a few of their releases. I have their Skyrim box set. I have their Witcher set. So this right here, I ordered. I have a pressing of this. So this is Ocean Avenue Acoustic. It actually recently got a repress. It was out of print for a while. Love this album. Obviously, Ocean Avenue is one of the best pop punk records ever, and the acoustic version is quite good. But I ordered this variant. It never popped up on my want list, and I had it in my want list forever because this is like the perfect match to the cover. Like, how can you not want this variant? This is like perfect. And it never ever pops up for sale. This is from the first press, and it popped up for like very affordable. Like someone just basically put it at the median value, and I grabbed it, and I have another pressing of it. So that pressing's gonna go to the store, and this one's gonna stay with me because rarely has there been a more perfect a more perfect variant. You know what I mean? Super cool. All right, let's keep this train rolling. That's what I'm saying, Nikki. It's perfect. Looks like a dreamsicle orange. Man, now I want myself a dreamsicle. I was just at H Mart and I picked up these sandwich cookies that have orange cream on the inside with a vanilla cookie, and I bet you that's kind of a dreamsicle-y kind of thing too. Here we go. Let's go. Out of print for so long and just got a repress overseas, or not overseas, over country lines over in Canada. This is Sum 41. This is Chuck, which is their third record, or I guess that's technically their fourth. I don't know if Half Hour of Power is considered an EP or an album, but this is where they got a little heavier. So they kind of shed the pop punk sound from the first two records, and they became a little more metal inspired. They lose a little bit of the catchiness, unfortunately, but this is still a great record, and original presses of this were going for triple digits. Yeah, I want to look at this variant, but yes, they did just announce that they are going to be ending the band after their next record. And their next record I'm very excited for. I got to see them live for the first time last year, and they were really, really good. But their next record is called Heaven and Hell, and it's very interesting because Heaven Side, it's a double album. Heaven Side is going to be a bunch of throwbacks to like Does This Look Infected and All Killer No Filler pop punk catchiness, and Hell is going to be a heavier sound, kind of more like this and some of the more recent stuff that they've done. So very excited for that. Love a shiny jacket, man, and I'm such a sucker for a shiny jacket. The original press did not have this shiny jacket, but let's see how this looks. So it looks cooler under light. It's kind of like there's like a little bit of a smokiness to it. It's a translucent cream. Pretty cool. Excited to spin this though, man. I had never thought this was going to get a repress. I was waiting, and I multiple times thought about plunking down the cash for an original, but I also heard that the originals, I heard that the pressing wasn't great, or I heard something about like there were like gaps between the songs when they were supposed to be seamless or something, but I've heard this sounds great, so very excited to give that a spin. Okay, what else do we have here? Let's see. Oh, this is Corey. Corey, you still here? Paging Corey. Corey sent me a record, and he said, save for live stream. He wrote save for live stream on here. And I was like, all right, I'll save for the live stream. So Corey has been in here recommending me music for a long time, and embarrassingly so, I often don't get around to the recommendations because everyone recommends me stuff all day, and it's tough to stay on top of everything. But one thing I remember Corey recommending me a while ago was O Land, which is a kind of like a female vocal, synthy, kind of pop artist. And I guess Oland's big record that you're looking for is the self-titled, right? Or is it Fauna? One of those two. And I've been on the lookout for you, Corey. I have not found it yet, but I guess we'll see what's in here. It says, my ulterior motive is that you end up becoming a fan and press her 2 EPs on my label, but her music deserves more attention. All right, well, let's see what it is. Oh, you know what? I've heard of this artist, and I feel like this artist is pretty well known. So the note says, hey Matt, happy late birthday. Thank you. Had an extra copy of this and really think you'd enjoy it. If not, throw it in the shop. He knows the phrase. So this is Dodie. This is Build a Problem. I have heard of Dodie. I feel like Dodie has a fairly sizable fan base. No, I wouldn't say this is like an unknown artist, but I've never actually personally listened to Dodie. It's been on my list to do. I like this art. I like the back. And I'm excited to give it a listen. So thank you so much. I'm assuming this is probably just black vinyl. Yeah, black vinyl. But I'll definitely give it a listen, and I'm excited to hear the EPs that you're talking about. I mean, what label is this on? Is this self-released? I don't see this on a label. That's interesting. I wonder why the EPs haven't been released if they're good. But very excited to listen to this. Assuming it's just kind of female singer-songwritery stuff. But thank you so much, Corey. If anyone ever wants to send me records, I'm always accepting. So Thank you very much for that, and I'm excited to give it a listen. She started as a YouTuber. Okay, that sounds familiar. I feel like that story resonates. I've heard that before. Okay. Started as a YouTuber. Man, I know how that goes. All right, this next one is a repress of one of the most classic vaporwave records of all time. This is A Million Miles Away by Macross, featuring my queen, Sarah Bonito from Caro Bonito. This is a great future funk record, vaporwave record, really, really good. And this is a cool variant. It's on like a blue splatter. I have the crystal clear pressing of this. I guess if this one sounds great, I'd like to keep this because I love the variant in comparison to the art. And the crystal clear goes for, I think, triple digits. So I'll probably just sell that one and keep this. But this is, I think the art might be a little modified too. I might be crazy. Maybe I'm wrong. But really, really good. This is definitely potentially on the Mount Rushmore of vaporwave records. I don't know if I'd say it's top 4, but it's definitely top 10. So, Genova 7, man, you just missed. I've talked about you twice on this stream so far, brother. I just unboxed this. If you just came in, I opened, just got this in. And I was talking about it a little bit. So definitely go back and check this out after the stream goes live. You can go back and see. I talked about you then and also earlier. You've been kind of just like floating around this stream ethereally. All right. Last box, and then we have that box I can't open, and we're gonna try to open that together, and then I'll do some questions. Tyler, thank you so much for the super chat, dude. Hope all is well. Sweet billboard. Thank you so much. The billboard is still surreal to me that it's there. Really stoked, and thank you so much for the love, brother. Oh hell yeah! I ordered this on Discogs for face value because Record Store Day is no longer worth lining up for, in my opinion. This is Terry Callier's Hidden Conversations. Terry is just an amazing, amazing, soulful singer from... He's been around for decades and decades. He's worked with Nujabes, which is awesome. Or Nujabes... I think they actually collaborated, but Nujabes has also flipped some of his stuff for some of his beats. This is a collaboration that he did with Massive Attack, which is awesome. So you get Massive Attack's musical genius influences with Terry's absolutely heavenly buttery voice. And this has never been on vinyl before, and it was put out for Record Store Day. So I'm super glad I grabbed this because Terry's just a bona fide legend. So yeah, it's electronic funk, soul, and blues. That's what it says, and that's basically it, baby. Now let's try to open this package. This, I'm so curious what's in here. Is this, it's just like... Okay, I think I might have gotten in, maybe not. I feel like a surgeon right now. I need steady hands. Just more tape. Just more tape. Oh boy, I've never seen a mailer like this. It is like this is taped up like there's I don't even. You check the tracking. My albums are arriving Wednesday. Hell yeah, more Wizard of Loneliness coming to the collection. Let's go. I'm really doing a number on this thing. I mean, this is not going to be a reusable mailer based on how they tape this up. This is crazy. I'm going crazy. Okay, I might have gotten it. I got it, but it's not pretty. It is not pretty. Now, what could this be? This is so elaborate. This is such an elaborate... Are you guys all as excited as I am to get this out? What? I ordered this like 2 days ago. Hold on. When did I buy this? Hold on 1 second. There's no way this got here this fast. Hold on. I ordered this. He shipped it 2 days ago from somewhere overseas. I paid in euros. And it's here. This record, no one's going to know what this is, but I'm going to explain what this is. So, this is Goro Ito and Jacques Moreland Bomb. So, Jacques Moreland Bomb collaborated with Ryuichi Sakamoto, who just passed away. Incredible electronic music pioneer, Yellow Magic Orchestra, massive solo career. And Moreland Bomb and him did 2 albums that are bossa nova records. And Moreland Bomb and Sakamoto. They're extremely hard to find. Like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars if you can even find them. And I went down the rabbit hole to look about what other stuff Moreland Bomb has done because I was very curious. And he collaborated with this guy, Goro Ito, who I believe is a Japanese jazz musician. And they did Rendezvous in Tokyo. This is a record that has a bunch of incredible bossa nova songs done by these two together, including... So something that I find really interesting is that very rarely do you get to see... yeah, just look at this. This is so cool. So we have Goro is a classical guitarist, and then we have Jacques Moreland Bomb. We have Paula. We have the whole Moreland Bomb family, basically, recorded in 2014. And it has one of my all-time favorite songs, Aguas de Marco, or de Marzo, by Jobim, which was famously covered by Jorge Roberto as well. And that song is so hard to find on Brazilian comps. It's so beautiful, and it's very rarely there. It gets passed up for a lot of the other kind of popular bossa nova songs. But this is amazing, and I was looking everywhere on the internet for a copy, and I couldn't find one copy for sale on any site. And then I went on Discogs, and one hadn't been sold since 2019. And I was like, this is never going to pop up. And I added it to my want list, and that was maybe like a month and a half ago. And it popped up, and I paid it. I paid like $75, and I was like, you know what? Because this is never going to pop up again. And just a really good compilation. I mean, there's so many great artists that they cover on here. There's some originals, a lot of Jobim on here. Yeah, this is just really cool, and I feel like I can't believe it. I can't believe I found it this fast, and I can't believe that it came this fast. But super awesome. Sorry, I just nerded out about a Brazilian Japanese music hybrid, which is like so dope. But yeah, so that was worth digging through the box to find. The most elaborate boxing. All right, let's do some questions. And then we'll yeah. Sakamoto did a song on a Japan only game called Lack of Love. Cool. Ryuichi Sakamoto also did the Dreamcast sound for like when you boot up the Dreamcast. That was Ryuichi Sakamoto, which is insane. I love that so much. Hey Morton, what's up? You got here just towards the end, but I'm taking questions now, so did you come at the wrong time? I don't know. I'll take a moment to really quickly again tell you guys, please check this out. We need 89 more pre-orders to make this record a reality. We have 111. It's a beautiful indie album. You don't get charged if we don't make it, so you have almost nothing to lose. It's a beautiful record, and if you take a chance, I think you'll appreciate it. Happy birthday, Morton. Of course I'll say hi. Happy birthday. What are you doing for your birthday, dude? How excited am I for the 21st? Very excited. I mean, I feel like I've been building towards the 1 year anniversary at the store for a year. Matt and I have been pricing so many records that we just can't wait to put on the wall. Like, people are going to walk into the store and their jaws are going to hit the floor with the stuff that we have prepared for the 1 year. Like, it's going to be nuts. Should you make the trip from Wales for the 2 year of the store? Well, that's, gracious of you to think we're going to make it to the 2 year. I hope we do. Yeah, the 2 year, every year anniversary, I'm sure we're going to blow it out with some insane stuff, live music and all that jazz. So yeah, it would be awesome for you to make it from Wales. I think that'd be cool. You have Dodie's Human LP. You think I'll love her. Very sparse, gorgeous indie acoustic singer-songwriter vibes. You said all the words that I like. The new Pearl Jam Live Vault came up for order. I know, I saw Vault 11. I definitely pre-ordered it. That's a classic Pearl Jam show. Is there going to be a 1 year Whatnot stream? So, probably not. Whatnot it was fun for a little while, but I feel like it doesn't mesh well with my business model. People like, Dylan and InGroove and Yellow K, they can do Whatnot regularly because they get a lot of distro. They buy a lot of new records they could just put onto Whatnot. I don't do that. My model is just sourcing really interesting and good and desirable used records. And any Whatnot I do takes away from the records in the store. So it's hard for me to justify doing Whatnot regularly because I need to justify having the store. Like all the overhead I pay for having a store, and it just makes it difficult. So I'm probably not going to do many Whatnots moving forward. I was really excited to work with Whatnot on No Skips, and then I feel like they left me out to dry after the first episode, which everybody loved that watched it. So I'm kind of a little burnt out on them. When it comes to online sales, I sell through Discogs some stuff if it's been in the store for a while. I'm going to be selling through NASDisc. If you guys just saw my video I put out Wednesday, cool flash drops through them of stuff every now and again. And through the Facebook group and Instagram. But that's about it for me for online sales. Is a 1 year vlog type video would be cool for the channel. Yeah, I hope to do a lot of vlogging on the 1 year, but if it's anything like my opening and anything like our Black Friday and Record Store Day, it's so busy, I didn't have time to do anything. Like, I know my friend Will is going to be coming and filming the bands that day, so maybe he can take some footage and we can stitch together some kind of at least flash reel of the day, like some kind of like sizzle to show you guys like kind of how the day went. And that PJ Vault is huge, right? One disc more than usual. I actually didn't even look to see if it's more discs. I just pre-ordered it because it's a good show. They screwed you with the Questlove too. Yeah, that's not the main reason I'm like backing off, but it was a huge disappointment when they were like, yeah, like we're gonna raid everybody from Questlove show into your after party. And then I was talking about it all week, and then it didn't happen, and they didn't even apologize to me. They didn't even acknowledge it. Which was hugely disappointing for me as someone who I thought was a good partner to them for a while. So, disappointing. Disappointing all around. Do I sell off my website? So I don't have a website dedicated for TMR. I sell through Discogs and, like I said, NASDisc in the future, and in my social medias, basically. I don't really have like a website dedicated for the store, and that's because I don't put everything up for sale. I put things up occasionally, like if I think that they're only going to sell online or if they've been in the store for a little while. Have I listened to Five Pebbles, the fifth wave emo shoegazy act? I have not. Sounds pretty cool though. Oh, no need to apologize, Vinyl Guy. It's a good question. I own a store. Like should I like it's a very valid question. Do I sell online? And the answer is always figuring out new avenues to do that in a way that honors locals and honors the business as well. You know. Oh, I missed above. Thank you for the info on Brazilian music. You're welcome. Always happy to spread the gospel of Brazilian music. How am I price tagging used records in the store? So I take records. Do I have one right here that I can show you? Let's see. I don't know if I do. So we have these outer sleeves that are resealable Japanese style outer sleeves that are kind of thin and crystal clear, and we just put records in there and we tag anything over $10 is in a resealable outer sleeve, and we tag the outer sleeve. Yeah, as you guys saw in a video I put out a while ago about the worst things record stores do. I can't stand stores that put record price tags right on the jacket. It drives me insane. You know, I don't listen to country, but hear you out. Caitlin Smith, incredible singer-songwriter. Incredible voice. See, voice is not enough for me. You know what I mean? Like, for me, I think that Adele has a really beautiful voice, but I hate her music. I feel like none of her albums have ever made me be like, this is great. Like, these are great songs. And I fear with country, a lot of the issue is the songwriting for me doesn't really resonate with me. But I'm always down to check out a track. If you send me a track, I'll definitely be interested in listening. Even though you're not from Portland, you're always down for supporting brick and mortar record stores. Well, you know what? I appreciate that. If you want to send me an email or a DM with kind of like your top wants, if we ever get it at the store, I'm happy to kind of help hook you up. I like to, try to serve my online community as well as the record store. You know what I mean? You missed almost all of it, but it was a good one, and I feel like it's worth going back and watching if you're bored enough, maybe in the morning after you wake up. But glad you made it at the very end. We'll probably do this for the next 3 minutes or so, and then I'll go get some food because I'm hungry. But if you guys have any final questions for me, now is the time. I think we covered all the bases. Too Many Records, latest release. We need 81 more orders. 89 more orders? 89 more orders. Link is in the chat above. Also right here again. And Billboard is up, which is awesome. 1 year is May 21st. Yeah, lots of good stuff coming. You sent this earlier. Can I unbox all the past embargo records from all the past unboxing? That's a really good question. I haven't been keeping track of which ones I got in. I think the best way to answer that question is I will do another video game vinyl video, whether it's on TikTok or it's on YouTube. I'm not sure, but I'll do a video game vinyl video in the next couple weeks showing off a bunch of really cool stuff. Because I just don't know how to know which ones I forgot to show off. I'm not organized well enough to be able to do that. What's for food today? That's a good question. Thank you so much for asking. I don't know. I just went to H Mart and I picked up some interesting ramen. So I might do like a little ramen for lunch. I know it's not that filling, but any pressings that disappointed me from the mock-up. I mean, that Enforcer record I showed earlier was definitely not as cool as the mock-up, so that disappointed me. But yeah, I'm not someone that gets that fussed about like a mock-up not matching. It happens. I know people that throw like tantrums in Facebook groups saying, this isn't what I ordered, and I just look at it and I'm just like, yeah, but like, they tried. You know what I mean? Like, it's a mock-up for a reason. Have I heard Current Joys? I have not. Who is the most forgotten band from the era that I first really got into music? Well, I got into music in like, the early 2000s or late 90s, but I really got into music in like high school in like the 2000s, and the most forgotten band. Hey, Chris, thank you so much for the super chat, dude. Do you have a question tied to that? Forgotten band from the mid 2000s. It's a great question. I mean, I think that my answer might be Beulah. Beulah. Beulah was an Elephant Six act along with like Of Montreal and Olivia Tremor Control, Neutral Milk Hotel, and Beulah is absolutely incredible. Really, really good indie, and their records, The Coast Is Never Clear and When Your Heartstrings Break, are two of my favorite albums ever, and I feel like not enough people know about them and talk about them. You saw the Goose Crates deadline was pushed out. You hope it gets funded. Me too. I pushed the Goose deadline because it wasn't going to fund in time. We just need to get some more orders in, some more promotion in. I really hope it gets funded too. The album's so beautiful. I feel like it's been pulling teeth to get things on the label funded comparatively to the first year and a half. Could be a mixture of the pandemic, could be a mixture of the upcoming possible recession. I don't know, but it's been, very difficult to get things funded. So I'm going to have to reconsider how often I put things out on the label because it feels like the excitement and demand has dwindled, unfortunately, even though I think that the records I'm putting out are just as good as everything else. So, yeah, it's an interesting thing to come to terms with because I got spoiled with the first 7-8 releases just being funded no problem, and then it started to slow down a little bit. What's up, Chris? Yeah, I'm glad you made it for the end, but yeah, these things I haven't had as much time to preemptively share them out because it's kind of just like, oh, I got a bunch of mailers, time to unbox them. It's a little less of a premeditated thing. Have I heard of the musician Daywave? Yes. No. Yes. Oh yeah. I actually used to own a record of Daywave back in 2015, and I sold it at TMR Fest. Kind of like dream poppy, shoegazy stuff, right? Did I ever listen to the Civil Wars? That was a band that I never really got that into. Yeah. I liked some of it, but I never really was a fan. Betchadupa? The D4? I don't know either of those. Did I ever tell why I stopped using Whatnot to sell records? I talked about it actually in this stream, I think right before you got here. So I'm going to make you rewatch it. You like my shirt? Yeah, dude, this shirt's awesome. So this is a local guy who comes into the shop. His Instagram is Freak Flag Dyes, D-Y-E-S. He does amazing tie-dye work, and if you message him, he'll probably make you one. Super cool. Freak Flag Dyes. I think that's it. Let me double check that's right. I said I was going to go 3 minutes ago. You guys distracted me. Freak Flag Dyes. Check it out on Instagram. Super cool. All right, guys, that's it for today. More coming soon. Gotta go price more grails for the 1 year. So I'll keep you guys posted on all of that. Thank you so much for joining me, and talk to you soon.